After completion of spermatogenesis and the male reproductive system, now we are going for the learning of entire structure of female reproductive system. The structure and function. Female reproductive system, which is made up of a pair of ovary. Then from ovary to tubule, there is fallopian tubule or oviduct, there is one pair, and one uterus, that is also can say womb of mother. Then uterus connected to the tract vagina by the structure cervix, and vagina open outside that structure, that is can say external genitalia. So female reproductive system, which is made up of pair of ovary, pair of oviduct, means fallopian tubule, uterus, cervix, vagina, external genitalia. Along with this structure, structurally and functionally connected one pair of mammary gland. Now all organs collectively help in ovulation, fertilization, then implantation, pregnancy, birth and childcare, like different activity. Entire reproductive system which is situated in which region of body? In a pelvic region of body. First we are going for the learning of ovary. Ovary is the primary female sex organ or male or main sex organ of female. Ovary, the location, lower region of abdomen in pelvic region, both the side of abdomen, or also can say both the side of uterus. Ovary attached to the uterus as well as the wall of a pelvic through structure that is ligament. This is ovarian ligament. Through ligament structure, ovary attached to uterus as well as the wall of pelvic. What is the size of ovary? So 2 to 4 centimeter long. Then the broadness 2 centimeter and thickness 1 centimeter. So 2 to 4 centimeter their length, width 2 centimeter and thickness 1 centimeter. Generally 3 by 2 by 1 is the size of the ovary. Ovary externally covered with thin epithelial layer. Externally thin epithelium, and internal region is can say stroma, and stroma divided into two parts. This peripheral region of a stroma is can say cortex, and middle region, internal region, that is medulla. So ovary, which is externally covered with the epithelium and internally stroma having a peripheral part cortex, and in one that is medulla. What is the function of ovary? So ovary associated with the production of ovum. So ovary that release female gamete, that is production of ovum or female gamete, as well as ovary produce female sex hormone, that is estrogen and progesterone. So there is steroid category of hormone. So ovarian hormone, secretion, synthesis and secretion of ovarian hormone, steroid hormone, as well as the production of a female gametophyte, female gametes, that is ovum. So two function of ovary: production of the female gametes, that is ovum, as well as the secretion of the ovarian steroidal hormone, estrogen and progesterone like. From periphery of ovary, the tubular structure extended up to the uterus, that is oviduct or fallopian tubule. Oviduct divided into three regions. One, that is oviductal funnel, that is infundibulum. Then white part, that is ampulla. And the narrow region of oviduct, that is isthmus. isthmus. These three regions collectively known as oviduct, or that is can say fallopian tubule. This structure is oviduct or fallopian tubule. Extended from periphery to the uterus, the length and to 12 centimeter. The region of oviduct which is present periphery to the ovary, that is broad. This is funnel shaped structure and that is infundibulum. This is ovary. Around to ovary, the region of oviduct which is funnel shaped. This is considered infundibulum. The edge of a funnel having a finger-like projection. This finger-like projection is considered fimbri. These fimbri help for the collection of ovum at the time of ovulation. The cycle run over the ovary, that is ovarian cycle. In ovarian cycle, that 14th day, that is a 28-day cycle, that is ovarian cycle. That 14th day, the releasing of ova from ovary into infundibulum, that is ovulation. What is ovulation? Releasing of ova from ovary into infundibulum. This procedure is ovulation. During ovulation, this is ovary, this is ova, this is ova, this is ovary, and now this is oviductal funnel having a fimbri. So this fimbri help in receiving of ova from the ovary during the ovulation. Oviductal funnel which is not tightly connected to the ovary, oviductal funnel that is slightly away from the ovary. It means oviduct remains slightly away from the ovary structure with their infundibulum. So infundibulum associated with which function? Ovulation. And at the same time copulation occurs, so male releasing the sperm into semen into female vaginal tract. This sperm travel toward this direction. Sperm come in contact with the ovum at the ampulla. So ampulla is the site for fertilization. Ampulla is the site for fertilization. It means in human fertilization takes place where? Answer oviduct or fallopian tubule or uterine duct. But in uterine duct, which is the specific place? So ampulla. So after infundibulum, broad region of oviduct, that is ampulla. Then from ampulla, the narrow region of oviduct, that is isthmus. This isthmus from both the sides linked with the single structure, that is uterus. This is the lumen of uterus. Lumen of uterus. And now this is the upper region of uterus. Upper region of uterus. Uterus, that is also can say womb of mother, situated in abdominal region, supported by uterine ligament. This is uterine ligament with the wall of pelvic. So uterus supported with uterine ligament which is attached to the wall of a pelvic region. Now there is the three different layer within the uterus. This is outermost, this is middle one, and this is innermost. Three different layers. uterus, which is made up of three layers. Outermost thin layer, that is epimetrium. Innermost layer, that is endometrium, and endometrium present at the periphery of uterus lumen. Uterus lumen, which is uterus spacious, which is surrounded with endometrium, and then middle very thick layer, that is myometrium. Epimetrium thin, made up of connective tissue and squamous tissue, squamous epithelium. Myometrium, which is made up of many layers of smooth muscle layer, visceral muscle layer. Endometrium, which is made up of columnar epithelium and the blood vessel. This columnar epithelium, which is category of two categories of cell. One, secretory cell, and second, ciliated cell. That's why columnar epithelium. That's why we can say endometrium, which is made up of secretory epithelium. Epimetrium, who cover entire uterus. Myometrium play important role at the time of delivery of baby, at the time of childbirth. Vigorous contraction of this muscle at the time of parturition or the childbirth. So the function of myometrium, that is childbirth. Endometrium. If at the ampulla location fertilization happens, so zygote form. Now zygote develop into embryo, and embryo implanted on a wall of endometrium. So first function, that is implantation. After implantation, this embryo get nutrition from receiving from endometrium. So after implantation, embryo development. If female not conceive, means not pregnant, so this endometrium at every 28 days slough off and come outside, and once again rebuild. It means break and rebuild. That cycle run, that is cancer menstruation cycle. That is also can say uterine cycle. If female not conceives, so at every 28 days, this endometrium slough off means break off and once again produce. So that is run cyclic changes on endometrium, and that is can say menstrual cycle or the uterine cycle. So entire uterus associated with what function? Implantation, embryo development, menstruation cycle, and the childbirth related things. Now the lumen of a uterus connected to vagina with narrow passage, and that is can say cervix. Cervix, that is also can say mouth of uterus. So uterus connected to vaginal passage by narrow duct, that is cervix. The lumen or the cavity of cervix, that is can say cervical canal. That is cervical canal. This cervical canal communicated with the uterus with small opening, that is can say internal os. And cervical canal communicated with the vagina through small opening, that is external os. So internal os, external os, and the cervical canal form cervix. Cervical canal plus vagina, both collectively form cervical canal plus vagina collectively form birth canal. Mature fetus deliver by passing of a cervical canal as well as the vagina. That's why there is birth canal. So uterus connected to vagina by the narrow passage, that is cervix. The cavity of cervix is cancer cervical canal. Cervical canal communicated to uterus by internal os and communicated to vagina by external os. Vagina, which is long 7.5 centimeter long tube. 7.5 centimeter long tube. Their wall, which is rich with the mucus. Their one function act as a birth canal. Second function, when female not conceived, so endometrium, slough of menstruation flow release outside the body through this. Menstrual flow run outside the body through this, as well as at the time of coitus or the copulation. Vagina receive penis. Now we have to learn the opening of vagina. Outside the body there were present external genitalia. In female reproductive system, oviduct, uterus and vagina, collectively these three types of structure form female accessory duct. Now we are going for the learning of the region there were opening of vagina. This part is external genitalia. Around to opening of vagina, those structure is that there is external genitalia or vulva or pudendum. This external genitalia made up of 5 different structures. One mons pubis, second that is clitoris, labia major, labia minor, as well as opening of vagina which is partially closed with hymen. So hymen, labia minor and major, clitoris and mons pubis, these 3 structure form external genitalia. Mons pubis, which is made up of fatty tissue which is covered with skin and pubic hair. Under the mons pubis, up to the opening of vagina, from mons pubis towards lower side, up to the opening of vagina, which is covered with fleshy, thick fold of tissue, that is labia major. Inside the labia major, thin fleshy skin or the tissue present, one pair. This is labia minor. This is the opening of a urethra. This is the opening of vagina. Above the opening of urethra, one pair of labia minor connect that of the place, small finger-like projection present, and that is clitoris. This is clitoris. Clitoris having an erectile tissue. Clitoris having a erectile tissue. That's why this clitoris, which is homologous organ to that of male penis. Homologous organ. What is homologous organ? Though organ of different organism having a similar structure but their function different, so that is homologous organ. So clitoris in female which is possessing with the erectile tissue, so that is homologous organ to male penis. What is the difference between penis and clitoris? So clitoris having a no reproductive tract, means they having no any reproductive tract as like urethra, whereas penis there were urethra pass. 2 skin fold, labia major as well as the minor. Inside the labia minor, and outside or periphery of vaginal opening. The opening of a Bartholin gland present. Opening of Bartholin gland on both the side of vaginal opening and toward inner side of labia minor. This Bartholin gland, which is homologous to bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland of male, that producing lubricant, alkaline lubricant. Bartholin gland also producing alkaline lubricant at the time of sexual intercourse. Now this is the opening of anus. This is common chamber. There were opening of urethra and the vaginal opening present, that is vestibule. This vestibule is also considered urinogenital chamber. Urinogenital chamber which is surrounded with the two fold of skin, labia minor as well as the major. In vestibule, lower side large opening of vagina and upper side very narrow opening of urethra. Vaginal opening which is partially closed with the mucous membrane, that is hymen. This hymen can be break. This hymen can be break means torn due to first time coitus, first time intercourse, or jolt means a sudden shock, mechanical shock. Person, female can fall down at that time. Vigorous exercise along with the horse riding, horseback riding, cycling. Utilization of vaginal tampon. Vaginal tampon, that is medical instrument through which menstruation flow sucked from the vaginal passage. That's why some female use vaginal tampon, which is introduced within the vagina for clearing of menstruation flow. That time, that is term is break. Some of the female, there were sexual intercourse occur, coitus occur, even though this hymen left as it is. Majority of female, these are break, but some female, these are remain as it is. It means in presence or absence of hymen is not reliable indicator for the virginity or the sexual experience. So conclusion for the hymen is not a hymen pregnancy or absence is not a reliable indicator for virginity or sexual experience. So now we completing here external genitalia or vulva or pudendum, which is made up of mons pubis, clitoris which is homologous to male penis, then two skin fold or two tissue fold, labia major, minor, then hymen, and along with urinogenital chamber, that is vestibule, the lower side present vaginal opening, upper side present urethral opening, and both the side of vaginal opening and towards inner side of major and minor having opening of Bartholin gland, which is equivalent or homologous to bulbourethral gland of a male. Now in next of the lecture we will learn about two longitudinal section or the lateral view of female reproductive system. This is front view of female reproductive system.